What's poppin'? What's poppin'? It's the Mafia. One half of It's Time for That, Culture for the Streets, the podcast. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the interviews, all the content we got. We all over the place. We are for the culture. We are for the entrepreneurs. We are for the business. We are for the streets, the trenches. We rooting for it all, especially if it come from where we come from. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I just want to keep y'all up on what's going on in the world. In Irvine, California, as recently, police find 3 dead, decomposing bodies inside of a California home that said they had been there for 12 to 16 months, decomposing. We talking about almost a year and a half. These bodies been decomposing. Now, from the ruling of it and how they making everything seem, it's like maybe something happened in the house, because they're saying it might have been a domestic related incident. But, according to them, police found 3 decomposing bodies inside of a California home during a welfare check in Irvine, California, leading to questions of a possible murder-suicide. IPD, which is Irvine Police Department, believe the bodies have been there for 12 to 16 months, according to the Orange County Register. IPD came about the bodies inside the home at 58 Riverboat in Irvine, California at 10:30 a.m. Wednesday while conducting a welfare check at the residence, according to a news release obtained by NBC Los Angeles and KTLA. Canadian authority contacted IPD to conduct the welfare check after relatives of that home's residents, which was a father, a mother, and an adult son living in that home, hadn't been heard from in over a year. So that's where the check comes from, where the police end up finding the dead bodies, the decomposing bodies, the family that was dead. It's because nobody from the family has heard from them from almost a year and a half. So these bodies just been sitting in there that long, decomposing. Now, I ain't a rocket scientist or nothing like that. And condolences to the family, prayers for the family, and, justice for the family, because I don't wish bad on civilian people, because that's just like shooting an innocent person. You see what I'm saying? So, no, we ain't gonna get on here and badger what happened. It's a tragedy. A family lost a part of their family. Not just one life, but 3. And they still gotta figure out what led to it in the first place. You see what I'm saying? So condolences to the family. But as a family, going from... Now, as family, I got brothers and sisters. We don't talk every day, but we ain't gonna go 12 to 16 months without talking to each other. You see what I'm saying? So you got to think about that too. Like, what was going on? Why the family ain't reach out in a couple weeks when they ain't heard from them? A month, or 2 months, 90 days, 180 days. It led up to 12. Like, that's just something I think of, because what's going on with y'all and the whole family, for the whole family to have not logged in with y'all at some point in between that time, it shouldn't have took a year. I'm not going to call my cousin and I got cousins living all over the world. I got relatives all over the world, and we don't go that long without talking to each other. You see what I'm saying? So if it comes a time where it goes in a time where we go that long without talking to each other, it's going to be a lot of checking up going on real soon, because it'll never get to a year or a year and a half that my family ain't heard from me. You see what I'm saying? So something is automatically wrong. So something is wrong in this situation, not just as in something happening to them, but something is wrong inside their family, because how could they go a whole year and a half almost without hearing from their family? Now, most bloggers and most people that's talking about this situation probably ain't gonna talk about that. But that's something I think about, because I'm heavy on family. You see what I'm doing? This is my brand, Family Eats at All Times. I'm heavy on family. So yeah, it's a lot you got to dig into about that. And I don't know all the particulars, just like the police don't know all the particulars. And if I did, it's only so much I could say anyway, because I wouldn't just give up the ghost like that. I'm not no detective, you see what I'm saying? But I can run it down to you and give you specifics on things that have been happening in this case. You see what I'm saying? And to bring you up to speed too, the Irvine Police Department did not respond to people's requests for comments. All they let people know was like, it's some indications that there was a domestic related incident, possible murder-suicide. So what happened? Did inside the house, did some kind of dispute break out where the family got into it and something happened and one thing led to the next? And we know these things to happen all the time where things happen, somebody snap, they kill one person, and then once they realize they life over because what they did, now they come back to understanding that they really made a big mistake. They off they self. So this could be like the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Or it could be something else that's dressed up to look like this. So until we really know what's going on, we gonna follow what they said. Murder-suicide. But if that is what went on, that's even more of an issue to let you know that inside that family, not just inside that house, but inside their family, the ones that called from Canada too, they got some issues going on. You feel me? So don't just look into the case, look into that family, because why y'all ain't contacted them in over a year before you realized something was wrong? You can't tell me you've been trying to get in touch with them for a year before you felt like something was wrong. I'm not going to try to call my mom today, she don't answer. Call her tomorrow, she don't answer. Do that all week and next week and the week after that. Nigga, after a couple days of not answering, I'm going to go see what's going on with my family. It'll never be a year and a half. You'll never smell it. I'm going to check up on mine. So yeah, it's something going on with that whole family. So they need to check up on all that shit. Y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Stay tuned. Stay up to date, man. It's time for that Culture for the Streets. Mafia.